John McConnor, John O'Connor. I wanted to, you know what's funny about John O'Connor is I know somebody that lives around me that wants John O'Connor to come home, that wants to know what John O'Connor did. Apparently, John O'Connor at one point was a dance instructor because one of my good friends, her father is John O'Connor. Um, and it just seems right from what their name is. I want to talk in this video. We're going to keep it very, very simple. I'm going to keep this down to A in numbers, A, okay, in gematria, A inside Chaldean, A, all the letters of A, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters in A. How many letters in B? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters in B. BKT in numbers, BLOY in gematria, and BKR in Chaldean. Clue in numbers, gematria, Chaldean, 344, 434, 343, 344. CGK, oh sorry, in this one here we have a total of 3 and 4 is 7, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 10. Here we have 11. We have 8 out of 11. 8 and 2 the cycle, 7 and 1 the gateway. Where do I get these numbers? Because the B repeats twice. So we're not going to mark it twice. Because the K repeats once, we're not going to mark it. Inside of here, the S, okay, does not repeat. The C repeats, and it doesn't seem like anything else repeats. Let me see. Does the C, C, and L? Yes, the L and the L repeats, and C, C repeats. So when you bring these down from the top to the bottom and you add them up, 10, 20, 37 Nibiru, 47, 56, 66, 76, 82, and 13, 95, 109. 169, Monopoly, 168 hours and 1 hour. That's turning all the time, but it's the clock. The main hand turns all the time, and it only turns once around, and it's the clock, and it's for the day. We added up inside of, in numbers, okay, these in numbers and in Pythagorean only. I'm doing this for right now. I didn't do it for the rest of the values. Otherwise, I would probably say 1, 1, 1, 1. That's 4. 1, 1, 1, 1. That's 8. That's all you get because the value here is 1. So that's why I used it in this area over here in Pythagorean and in numbers, because in Pythagorean I'm bringing 9 to its real value. It's 9 and not 1. The Q is 1, its real value is 8, but its numeric value is 17. The Z is the 26th letter. Its value is now 1. It comes down to 1 when it's in the A house. Z is in the A house. The vowel is A and gets an I inside of it. Same houses, they come together. Value of 37, 21 and 10. 37 Nibiru, creating 21. 6 and 6 is 12. 7 by 3 is 21. 2 and 1, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, either or their way. It's going to say 5. Doesn't matter if you go 12 or 21. 6 and 6 is the split of the 7th gate in gematria. Right? Another thing I wanted to just bring up, and a lot of people have seen this, right? But they've also seen that done to it. And when you see that done to it, it's actually, you remember that sign? And that becomes the F, from an S to an F. But anyways, that was an interrupted commercial by myself. down in this one over here, we get 113. So this one will either be 23 or 14. It would be the BC DNA. 32 is the same number. 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 3. Add the 3 to the 1 becomes 4. Add 1 to 13, it equals to 91, becomes the spirit. 32, the freezing point. When you add and multiply, this becomes 43. And that's, if I remember, that's hot water. OT is 35 and H for 8 is 43, hot water. 43. 31, alternate current. 32. 94, Uranus, because I forgot to check in the S at the end, so it's an added S. Tell me if I made a mistake. The L repeats, I only counted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the next one, and that's the Department of Motor Vehicles. Everything here is a 4 value. 4, 8, 12. 4, 8, 12, 16. 4, 8, 12. 12 and 16, 28, 38, 40. 44, 48, 52, 56. 60, 64, 68. But we're not going to count 2 of these to take away 4, 4, and 4. 68 take away 12 is 56. 56 is the representation of 11. 30, creation. 41, the IT system in the sun, DNA, because 4 times 1, 4 plus 1 equals 5 and 4. Foxhole inside the sun. 5 times 4 is 20. 2, 4, 6, 8 creates a circle. 1379 does that too, creates a square. But 2468 creates the diamond around 5. But I like to say 13579 is all red, and we're going to connect them together, and that'll be 25Y. Y connects all odd numbers. 17th letter and the 4th letter. 21. Q and U. Now, why did I particularly do this? Because the D's are already here. Oh, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Oh no, this is the bottom total. There's 2 extra D's and the M is repeated, right? These are all the letters. So I take the 2 extra ones and the M. M and D equals to 13 equals to 17, the letter Q. Then I added 4 more. I don't remember why. Oh yes, because the M after that, right, over here, M is the 13th letter. 1 plus 3 equals to 4. I'm not really sure why I did that. Yes. 13, 4, and 4. Yes, 13 and 4 is 17, and the extra 4 is 21, which is the letter U, and the D house, the house of Mars, the delta angle, also planet Saturn from the reverse, and 3 and 4 reverse. 3 and 4 reverse on the cube, and remember, 3 times any number, okay, will make all numbers become 3, 6, and 9. It takes 3 times 17 to equal 51 Mars. 3 times 17. But to create Earth, it takes 4 times 13. So we're now using the D angle to create the 3rd planet. We're also using 4 to create its number. So the multiplication to a perfect equation is 4 times 13, 52. Earth's heart. And in Mars, it's 3 times 17. Creation of the altered current and the gateway. The cube, which is 21. Stand on 17, blackjack 21. Do you follow what I'm saying? What it really means? See, stand on blackjack, this is stand on blackjack. And if it's an ace 7, right, then it would be 18. 17, 18, let's stand. 21 is the cube. Add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's 21. 5 and 6 is the letter F. A, B, C, D creates 10. This is also part of creation, because if it was in French, I would be saying 10, 10 and 7, or maybe 10 minus 7. So we want to go on to the next total. We're at 109 over here, and we were at 109, both the same thing. I'm going to have to recheck my numbers. 103, B equals to Mercury, altered current. You see the reverse is the same number. 7 and 3 is 10, 1 and 9 is 10, 19 and 37 is the exact split of a reverse. If you go to the roulette board, okay, 1 through 18 or 19 through 37 will bring back the board at starting over again. 1 to 18, 19 to 36, 37 over to the next number. 37 is starting over again on the roulette wheel. What's the roulette wheel total? Reverse roulette, 1 for low, 36 for high. The total is 37. 37. So now we go into the E family and we get New River. And these over here, we get a total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we have 4, 8. Here we have 11. We have 3 repeats. E, E, and N. Northeast, northeast, northeast. E, 5, N, 14. A, D, and B, C. We have 5 and 14, 19 equals to S. And add on one more E because it's E. That's repeated twice. And it's N that's repeated. 1 plus 4 equals to 5. 14 and 5 is 19. Plus 5 equals to 24. Equals to sex. E-world. Sex. The nest. Sex in the nest. Then we go, we're going to stop. We're not going to go to, we're going to go to, I didn't really want to go, but I'm going to finish it off. We have Fox. Then we have, here in Gematria, we have FHSU 6666. And then in Chaldean, we have these 3 over here. Now, there's a multitude of equations that come with this. See, inside Chaldean, right, this is 18 inside Chaldean. But inside of numbers, this is the 23rd, and 45, 55, 65, this is 66. So this 18 and 66 telling me I'm on both sides of the gateway of the 7th gate. From Gematria, that 7th gate is G and T, the 7th and the 20th letter. 27 is the total of the reverse. Because it's the 20th letter, add or minus 6 becomes 26, becomes 33, and that is the mass. You minus it becomes 21, and that is the cube. These are the letters left over from 10 letters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters. Out of 10, there's 2 that are not up on here, and 2 that are doubled, and 1 is the F. Did I do that wrong? There's only 1 doubled up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, the U is the other one. Almost like to say football, 6 and 3. 6 and 3 is the value that comes. 6 and 3, there's so many things I can do with this the egg, if you really want to look at it, because I also do sound analogy, which U and F together goes oof. And 27 is when a big red sun, and 15 is when a big red sun in Mars. Oof is the egg, because that's what it sounds like in French. The hand of God, add 1 to 14 equals 105. The hand of God equals 2, 4, communication of the cat, or 1, 5, connect that cat into Mars. The vibration is 2, 3, and 4. And 33 is the mass. 3 and 3, 6. 4, 1, 1, 6. 5 and 1, 6. 3, 2, 1 is 6. 109, 10, 10, 6, 6, 6, 6. 5, 5, 4, 4, 10, 10. So you know all the counts are right because they're supposed to add up to the single digit the same. So we went through this numeric value over here. And apparently this is 113. I don't know why I have the second 6 here, so we're not going to do it. But if I did use it, I'd be at 120 and 108. This has to do with the Twin Towers. 108, 168 are the hours in the week. It also is a part representation of the Twin Towers because of the spirit of the Liberty 55 is, you know, when you put 2 hands like this, you have exactly 5. But if I use my right hand against your other one, I have 1 for 1 exchange. You see, 1 and 1 is 4. 4 and 4 came together for 8. I have 1, 8, 1. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I know it's something because I said it. And who am I? I'm nobody, but I'm the one writing the story of the reality that is through me, through the vibration of the way the numbers have said it. I don't know anything. Who the hell am I? Right? So we have this over here. Then we have the 7th gate. This is number 7. Okay, 7. Inside of 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only the G is doubled once. The 7, the 7th gate is doubled once. It's the only one. The other one was 6 and 3. That 6 and 3 will represent the field goal and the touchdown, and it's Jupiter. Only the 1 is missing for the 613 laws of Moses of 365, 248. 248 is 96. 3 by 65 is 195, or letters A, E, and I. Einstein. Here's the numbers that come in. Again, 109. If I got 26, 51, 61, 71, 87, 97, 102, and 7, 109, and 35, electric company inside the gateway. G and E connected to the moon. We come to number 8. There is no more gematria. Gematria does not exist. In number 8, it'll be Chaldean, F and P, which is 8 and 8, 16. 16 value equals to 7. And in numbers, it'll be HQZ, 26 and 17, 43 DC. 51 Mars, 26, 17. 8 and 17, 25 Earth, and 26, 51 Mars. 8, this one is 6 and 6, 12. Becomes 39 and 12 when you minus it. 39 and 12 when you minus it. And the reason I minused it, because I'm doing an equation. So this is 8 and 8, 16. This is 51. 51 take away 16 is 35. 35 is electric company. Any craps? Waterworks. Waterworks, WW, is 46. The reverse of waterworks, the W, the 23rd letter, is D. So it's D. The reverse of waterworks is DD, equaling to area space 44. And the 23rd letter, did I get that? The 23rd letter, right? 2 and 3 is 5. And the 4th letter, 4 and 5, the IT system through the sun, coming out of the moon. So when we do this, we add it up now. If I added them together, I'd have 51 and 16, 51, 61, 67. Which eventually will create Freedom 55, and I'm not sure what to do, but headquarters of the half-life of man. Now this one is ended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5. None of them are left over. 7337 connected headquarters, numbers to Nibiru, and the cube. Remember, 7 times 3, 21. 6 plus 6, the switch in gematria, but there's 4 6s. Now, the thing about the 4 6 is I'm not going to get into that. Now we're going to start off with the last one. This one is only in numbers. Only in numbers do these two exist. INR 27 and 18, 36, when a big red sun in the heaven of 8. The split B world, the split Venus world. 8 is H. So the one thing I want to do now is I and R are located. If you take a look, I and R is not located. And from the 9th position, R and I are now in the 5th position, EI-EIO. EI-EIO in the farm. And at the same time, I and R, the I is located in the A position, and the R is located in the B position. So I'm not going to do the whole numeric factor on this or the story, but one day I will have to look into it and write all these numbers out. There's just so many. I wish I could just pull them down and put them together, but I'm not doing that for now. So I'm going to bring you into the what are the last two pieces in this, where A equals 4, B equals 8, C equals 12, D equals to 16, and E equals to 20. Because if we would have 4 1s or 4 2s or 4 3s or 4 4s or 4 5s. So inside of 5, this is where things belong. 8 and 4 is Pluto. 8 and 12 BC, that's when Rubik's Cube comes alive. And it is also the Z letter. Z, very prominent inside of this because it takes Z to create 2 times 6, 2 plus 6. 8 and 3 is the church. 3, 8, and 4. 3 and 8 is 11, becomes 2, becomes the cat. 3 and 4 becomes 7. It becomes the gateway in Q. So I just want to bring it to the last page. That didn't really tell you so much, not exactly what I wanted to say, but I'm going to bring you to the last part of this that I started. And now it's going to be only letters. A, I, J, Q, S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's all the letters from A through E. Here's all the letters on A through E. Okay. All these letters have been repeated. V is repeated, V is over here, and V is over here. So D and E hold a V. Okay, there's a whole equation to make with this. I don't know what it is. I have to put it all down because now through all the numbers of Chaldean, and we have to figure out what number Chaldean is in its own to know what level it's on. Chaldean, Gematria, numbers, and Pythagorean. Okay, this is where I in fact I don't even know if I did Pythagorean or if I need to do Pythagorean, because Pythagorean actually puts the number actually where it is. INR is in the 9th position. You know what I'm saying? I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically all my equations stand in Pythagorean positions because they're all rounded out to the last digit for where they are. So anyways, I'm gonna look into that exactly if I said that properly. After going through all these letters, there's only 2 letters missing. One is the F, 6, and one is the Z, 26. So if I add 6 to 26, 6 and 6 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3, I end up with number 23 at the end. Here I end up with 32. When I count it to a single digit, I get 23 and 32. Hot and cold water. Becomes 34 and 43, Barack Obama, JFK. It becomes 49, and it becomes 30, and it becomes 37. Because 3 and 1 or 9 and 1, which creates 10, which creates 16, which creates 7. So letters that are repeated. K, letters that are repeated. I'm just trying to, where is it? Letters that are repeated. KLS, KLS. These 3 letters are repeated. So the total is 42 because I'm going to have to minus those values. So when we see KLS, we see KLS, KLS, repeated. Take away 42. So we're going to add up all these numbers here, and then we're going to minus everything that's being repeated in here and see what letters we have left. But before I do that, A and C both have S's. Alternate current, both possess an S. A and C. D and A, IT system in the sun, both possess number 17, which is 1/3 of Mars, which is 1/3 of 68, which is the split in Gematria. And the odds are the spirit of 76 because those are the payouts in the game of the cube. Any craps. Dairy Queen, Ace Queen. In A and in E, we both contain I and N. A and E, Mars, both create I and N. I and N, I and N. And this N over here would come from Gematria. Okay. And this N over here is from numbers, where they come from. I mean, there's a whole sequence of things that has to take place. Now, the question is, when we're doing all these calculations, when do we stop coloring? And that expression means at one point you were able to see certain things in this picture, but the more I put color, the more things seem to leave. They went away because there's so much color you can't seem to see everything. It starts off with the guy in the corner with the little mouth and the eye holding the head up, you know, and I take that away, you know, he's crying in his face. Anyways, let me continue on with this. So we have A and E, okay, A and E, arts and entertainment, which create the O world. So inside the word God or Omega, if you want to look at it, we have the A and the E with the N. The O, I already had it over here. We have the B and the C, before Christ, after the death and before Christ. AD and BC, before Christ and after the death. B and KK come together. The 11th letter, 22, 22 for life. 2 and 2 for the Venus world. I don't know what they all mean. It has to be discussed. I'm not the one with the answer. I'm just building I'm just building part of the game. I have a good game. I got a good game. A and D is J and M. J, M, and S. Look, A and D over here, and A and D here. So it's JMQ. Is that what we get? JMQ. JMQ. 2740. The total is 4040. When we, whatever the ones, we have I and N, the total is 23. So number 23 BC, which is the Mars number, what's in between holds the vibration, which is B, C, and D, 2, 3, and 4, holding in that vibration. So we're going to leave this the way it is. I'm going to put it on pause for a second, in fact. Okay, 25 minutes. I'm not sure if I canceled that waiting period out, but let me show you something, what happens now. The total, okay, 109 and 37, right? 109 and 37. And hold on, I didn't do that total. This one. Okay, in the first one in A, we get a plus and minus from the Pythagorean. I like to minus and add the Pythagorean together. And the total from this one is 146. Okay, we also get 137 out of this. Okay, I don't know what it totally means, but I'm always using when it's that, it's a lock. It's 1010 equals to 137, which is the cube, and it's some kind of control between the red sun, Nibiru, and the alpha beta, the high sky, 8 and 9, H and I. It brings me in Zion, Israel. It brings me in 56, or F, and it brings me in 17 over here. And that's a link to Mars, and 28 is the cycle. It doesn't matter which way I'm going to do it. This will equal to 12 and 8 equaling to 20, or 0,4, the delta angle. I don't know what that delta angle is yet, but I have to study it, okay? In all of these that we were talking about, there's no F and no Z. They total 32. We spoke about it. That's the freezing point. The difference between here and here, this is the total alphabet. 3 by 19 is 57. F and Z, something to do with the moon. Electric company. This also says ACE. This one over here will say 3 and 7 Nibiru. This one over here will now say 4 and 9 Uranus. I don't know how that's all linked, but I'm just going to go through the numbers. Then over here we get AC, DC connected to when a big red sun, and 72 is one of the turns of the Earth. You need 4 of these turns, okay, to complete 288, but 4 of those turns will complete the leap year. So telling me that my year is 288 days and not 360 days. Otherwise, I need 5 of these. And that's not a leap year. So 4 of them is the leap year. So what would I need to make that? This would have to look like 90 times 4 to equal to the leap year. But 72 and 72, 720 to a half day. Telling me my leap year is not just 4 years, but that's one part of a leap cycle, which I'm quite sure has to do with 16 years. How sweet it is because of some numerological factors. In the sea world over here, okay, we have Venus, when a big red sun, freedom of 55, 19 A and I. It's freezing in the North Pole, bringing the BC world through Venus. 18 or 81, that is the Venus number. 91 is the spirit. If God is inside all of us, then he is 10. So him and us together make 10, 10, make 100 with God. In the D world, it's 109, and all these 109s, I always consider that, I don't even know if it's train 109. I always consider it A and I, and always 169. 169, 13 by 13, which is altered current by altered current. Not sure what that means. Again, we get the cycle, which is the same cycle we get in A, and A and D create the IT system in the sun. We've connected 28 and 18 equals 38, the church. 8 and 8 becomes 7 and 3, house of the rising sun, church in Nibiru. Chicken at the top, red head for the chicken, yellow feet, not duck feet, not orange feet. Inside of the last one, 174. 174 is found over here. That is the gateway, and that is the Christ. Jesus is number 74. 70. This is Jesus 74. 70 creates 84, and that's out of Pluto, or becomes 12. 1 and 2 is 3 creation from Jesus out of Pluto. Stand on 17. Soft 17 could be 18. Heaven, again, 4 times. ABC 1, 2, 3, and that's Mars. Take away the delta angle, multiply the 123 by 47, and you'll have 5781, the end of the complete Hebrew cycle. 72 4 times. 4 times this would create 4, 1, 7. How do you do that? 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 7, 28. 2 and 8 is 10. All zeros equal 6. Becomes 16, becomes 7. 4 times, then you'd have 4 times 4 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. So if we brought 4 by 7, 28. 2 and 8 is 10, becomes 1. We end up with 417. If we multiply it by 4, we get 288. We get the same number. What would happen if I did 5 by this? I'd end up with 5. Over here, I'd end up with 2, and I'd get 8. So times 4 will recreate these numbers. Times 5, I get these numbers. But what if I do it times 6? I end up with 6. 6 by 7 is 42. I end up with 6. 6 by 4 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. I end up with 6 times this would be 666. If I do it times 7, I would end up with 7. 7 by 7 is 49. 4 and 9, 13. 1 and 3 is 4. 7 by 4 is 28. We'll create 1. So now we have 4 recreates itself and 7 recreates itself. 74 recreates itself, and it's found in number 5, and that's out of the moon. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. It's a numbers game, my friend, and you have to know one thing. Next week, and I know most people will not get to this part, but next week on the 29th, we will be humming and humming together. Now, I don't know if this is going to work for us, whether I want to know if we're going to really listen to this and be where we should be. Well, whatever it is, I do know that the good vibration will move the sky, will move the hearts, will make you well again, because in the real world, in a real world of God, there is no luck. There is no bad luck, but there's a whole lot of no luck. The thing of the world is, if you do bad, you get sick. If you do good, then you have all kinds of feelings. That's the way the world was supposed to be made, but we were broken apart from these vibrations, and we cannot make the rain fall, coming in harmony and peace of the groups. We're all hurting together in famine. We can no longer eat. We were all evil with each other. Boom, the crops don't grow. So we all come together and we pray, and the rain comes, and we remind ourselves what love is all about. Raphael in the Indian dance, thank you for watching this video.